una cosita, yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía, quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer, yo quiero estar contigo.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. We bring moments of your life. My name is Kuji Benjamin. I'm not in the studio today alone. I am here with my partner and his name is
Mike Sesutewa, the head of state.
Head of state, you're welcome.
Yeah, Kuji, thank you.
The league ended yesterday and a lot of drama, and those that have won it, those qualifying for Champions League yeah. And those that are also crying for relegation.
Some who are crying for the absence in the European competition. I'm not talking about Manchester United, but I'm talking about United.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How has been the day?
No, we appreciate God.
Okay, before we go into our main topic of discussion today, let us bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. An emotional Rafael Nadal was celebrated at Roland Garros as the 2025 French Open got underway 20 years after just his second win on the famous clay. The Spaniard was hailed by thousands, including legendary former player Roger Federer, Andy Murray, and Novak Djokovic as the final member of the Big Four joined in the party in Paris. In this tournament's main stadium on May 25th, 2005, Nadal clinched a straight-set victory in the second round against Javi Malisse. This propelled Nadal's career record in the tournament, and he was just getting started on the way to what will end up as a 112-4 mark and 14 championship in Paris. Back on court, Philippe Cartier, instead of competing, Nadal was fetched by the French Tennis Federation for all that he has accomplished on the red clay. During the tribute to Nadal, a video played showing his three rivals. Together, the quartet, with a combined 69 Grand Slam title, came to be known as the Big Four, who celebrated him. And they said, we wouldn't let you live like this. Murray in the tape segment, and then he, Federer, and Djokovic walked out together on the clay court. Djokovic has won most Grand Slam titles for a man. Nadal is next on the list with 22, followed by Federer with 20 and Murray with 3. Kylian Mbappé has won the European Golden Shoe for the first time after scoring twice in Real Madrid's 2-0 defeat of Real Sociedad on Saturday. The French international scored 31 league goals in his debut season in Spain, meaning he also won La Liga top scorer prize. A double in Real's final game of the season secured Mbappe top spot in the ranking ahead of Sporting striker Victor Gyökeres, who scored 39 goals, and Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah, who scored 29 goals. With Gyökeres, though Gyökeres scored 8 more league goals than Mbappe, he finished second runner-up because a weighted point-based system deciding the ranking. Goals scored by players competing in Europe's top 5 league, that is the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, and the Ligue 1 are worth 2 points. Goals scored from those who played in league rank 6 to 22nd in UEFA coefficient, including the Portuguese Primeira Liga, are worth 1.5 points. Mohamed Salah needed a hat-trick in Liverpool's final Premier League match against Crystal Palace on Saturday in order to share the prize with Mbappe. The Egyptian international scored just once in a 1-1 draw. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi. My name is Kuji Benjamin. I'm not in the studio alone. I am with
Mike Sesutewase.
Okay, now to our topic of discourse. Nigeria have had some exceptional footballers over the decades. Since their first ever international game back in October 1949, Nigeria have boasted of some of Africa's finest footballers. In the heart of the Nigerian Super Eagles has always been an outstanding array of defenders. In football, it doesn't matter how good you are up front. If your defense is faulty, you may lose the match. I won't be assuming that we had defenders that marshaled the Super Eagles defense and making us feel so happy when they win matches. From Chairman Christian Chukwu to Stephen Keshi, Taribo West, Taiwo, Joseph Yobo, to William Trust Ekong, Calvin Bassey, Ola Aina. Who do you consider as Nigeria's greatest defender of all time? You can be a part of the show when you call our studio lines on 0808 427 5464. 0808 427 5464. And I asked the question, who do you consider as Nigeria's greatest defender of all time? That defender you feel is, when you talk of the Nigerian national team, you always remember. Who do you think that defender is? Michael, for you, who? I think this is a very dicey one.
Yeah. Yes, to me, I will start with somebody I know, somebody I watch. I will not go to people I hear about them. Yes, talking about Trust Ekong, to me, Trust Ekong was a very good defender. In fact, up till now, he's a good defender. You look at Trust Ekong, somebody who played in the Ivory Coast, AFCON in Ivory Coast. Yes, he was, in fact, treated in every of his matches. Yes, injury was something that was...
he played the whole of that tournament with injury.
And then he ended up as a MVP player.
The
most valuable player. So, Trust Ekong is a good defender, unlike Taiwo, yes. Taiwo was also a good defender. Yes, if you look at Taiwo, he came from a domestic league, somebody who moved from Lobby Stars direct to a European club, Marseille, and then he did well. So, for me to say this one is the best defender, I would rather call much of them who are good. Yes, I give it to...
I think saying that this player is the best, it's going to be a tight one. But we want to hear from our listeners. Let them tell us who they think over the years watching the Super Eagle. There are people that have been watching Super Eagle for long, and there are the younger generation. Just like you said, you started with the player that you know or you have seen. So we throw it back to our listeners. Who do you think is your greatest defender of all time? Hello.
A very good evening to you, sir.
Yes, evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Oliver Nyikia, better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports in Abringa here in a lady.
Okay, busy brand. The environment is noisy.
Yeah, we are partying with the children at the children's day.
Okay.
Yeah, preparation, the children's day eve.
Okay.
Okay, how is the preparation going on now?
We thank God they are doing so amazing at the cultural dance. But let me not divert into that. Let's go to football.
Yes.
Okay.
Talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, my best defender of all time, I will go for William Trust Ekong.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, William Trust Ekong, the young man have been doing so fantastic well
Yes.
in the defending area. And this young man and that play in Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Olaina.
Thank you, exactly. They even tried to score against Chelsea yesterday, but he could not have the opportunity. Yes, that young man also have been doing so good. Only that this time, anytime he will get into the pitch, he will be doing what is called low waist, and he will not be playing, he will not be serious with it.
He will not be concentrated.
Yes.
Exactly, because the trouser will be going down all the time.
And then
So
giving
he
somebody.
will not be focused again.
Yes, being the best, the characters also mean.
All right. Thank you for.
Exactly. My regards to United States.
All right, busy brain. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Big Brain.
Yes.
Yeah. Trust Ekong, like you said earlier, Trust Ekong is one defender that a lot of people will not forget in a hurry.
Yes.
Trust Ekong has been there. These are, for me, Trust Ekong, when I first saw Trust Ekong in the national team, I had this bias. I think we have a call. Hello. Hello.
Okay, we lost it.
Hello. It's like we lost that one. We lost it. Please, you can call back, and we'll get to hear from you. When I first saw Trust Ekong, I just believed that. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Evening,
Yes,
please.
evening.
You are so close to your radio set. Can you move a little bit away from it?
I'm in the car. My name is Edward Oragba.
Okay, Edward.
Okay.
Yes, I started watching Nigerian football and football generally since the early 80s,
Okay.
even though I was a kid then.
Yes.
And when you are talking about defenders,
Yes.
you know, are you referring to central defenders or just
The whole
The
defense.
focus
From
and defense.
the
when you
defense.
talk about, sorry, let me hear you well.
What we are talking about in the defense of Nigeria, who do you consider as your best of all time?
Whether right back, central back, all
back,
these
or-
defenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I watched Chama Christian Chukwu briefly before he retired.
Yes.
And then to me, the most consistent, and I prefer more is Stephen Keshi. Sorry,
Stephen Keshi. Yeah.
Stephen Keshi. There was one central defender that was almost all over, and the captain at that, he will almost even beat up a player or his mates if they make any
Mistake. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so I used to like his leadership style and his style of football too.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
For
Thank you
calling.
so much for being part of the program.
Stephen Keshi is one. If you have watched Stephen Keshi, is one player during his playing days that you don't have to watch him for you to appreciate Stephen Keshi. He was even as a player, he was like a coach even within his mates. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Evening.
Yes,
What is your
evening.
name and where are you calling us from?
This is your calling from Wuruku.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, the greatest Nigerian defender, I think it's Joseph Ivo,
Okay.
because he played for the Premier League as in played for Everton and did well in the national team.
Yes.
I see.
All time Joseph Ivo.
Yes.
But we have two of defenders who are good, like Stephen Keshi, Darryl West, and the rest of them. But the greatest is Joseph Ivo
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
of all time.
All right. Thank you
All right,
so
thank
much
you
for
for
being
calling.
part of the program.
You see, when we start talking about this, people start giving you data that you don't even know what to even
Yes.
say. If you look at Joseph Yobo, he I think after.
Yes, he is a player that
I think
he never miss out.
we have a caller. Hello. 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 Hello.
Okay.
It was like we lost that one. You can call back.
Just like I was saying, Joseph Yobo was a player that played, in fact, consistently in the national team.
And I think after Enyama,
yeah,
when you talk of the most capped players in the national team,
yes,
after Enyama, it's Joseph
Yobo.
Yobo. 101 cap for the
yes,
national team. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Evening.
Yeah, my name is Fane. I'm calling from your area of Makudi.
Okay.
All right, Fane, go on.
Yeah, talking of the best defender in the Nigerian national team will be quite a different.
Fane, you are a little bit close to your radio set. Please, can you move away from your radio set, please?
Okay. Okay, I've done that.
Okay.
And so, like I was saying, it's quite a difficult task. But I look at it this way. I will give it to Stephen Keshi because he defended Nigeria to get the best World Cup performance ever.
Yes.
That is US 94.
Yes.
Okay. And then I will say Taribo West next because he defended Nigeria to get the best accolade in world football. That is Olympic gold in 1996. And then when you talk of consistency and people who committed so much to the national teams, you talk of Chama Chukwu, and then you talk of people like Yisa Shofolowe, who was referred to as the Dean of Defense in the 80s.
Yes.
And then later, you talk of the Yobos of this world, Uche Okechukwu, and the rest of them. I'm not criticizing because you have not given room for criticism, but I just want to remind somebody that when you are talking of this present crop of the defenders, how have they defended Nigeria that we are always conceding goals and praying to even qualify for tournaments that look like our permanent place? Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
Yeah. Yes. He has a point. When you want to talk about the current players now, although we don't have to criticize any of them, but when you look at it, I don't think it's even right for us to start talking about them. Let's leave when they retire. That's when we start talking about them, because when you look at it, some of these players, of course, we are watching them. That is why we can talk about them. Like the players like Christian Chukwu, Stephen Keshi, a lot of the young folks they didn't watch them. I watched Stephen Keshi, and Stephen Keshi was so good, even on the pitch and off the pitch. His leadership style. He won the AFCON as a player and won it as a coach.
Yes, and then a player like Joseph Yobo, which I watched him in 2010 World Cup, and then Yobo did well for the national team, and then Yobo was a player, a captain that normally he advised other players as well. But now, in fact, even the football, the pattern of play this time is not comparable to what was seen that time.
We have a caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Kenneth, calling you from Airport Market.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. When you talk about Nigeria's best defender, I think I also have to go with Stephen Keshi. Yes, with William II is a very good defender, but just like one of the callers said, with all of these good defenders we have now, Nigeria always struggles to qualify for tournaments. Just imagine the group here we find ourselves currently in the current World Cup qualifier. We are struggling to qualify, begging for modern luck to be on our side so we qualify for the World Cup. So I will also go with Stephen Keshi.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Welcome.
Well, if you're just joining us, this is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And this is SPEEDy Sports. We are discussing the topic, your
best Nigerian
defender. We have a caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Solomon Ayaga from Makodi Api area.
Okay.
All right, Ayaga, go on.
Yeah, I want to make my own pick, and then before then I want to just make some comments.
Yes.
You call Stephen Keshi, Christian Chuku, Taribo West, Taiwo, and the present set of defenders.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that one of the one presenting with you there is talking about we talk about only those he has been watching.
No, for him.
That's very unprofessional.
No, for him. For him.
That's what I'm saying. I say it's unprofessional. For somebody presenting sports, you need to go back. King James here is presenting music that came up when he wasn't born at all. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hello.
That's how it should be.
Okay.
But now let me. All you need to do is to research. You have not watched Pele play, but
yes.
you have heard of him. You can recite what did Pele do that they are talking of him till today like that. When you look at the record, it will tell you something about the person you are talking about.
Okay, let's
then
go.
Who is your best
Are you
defender?
following what I'm saying?
Yes. Go on. Who is your best defender?
The best defender for me in Nigeria is Stephen Keshi. And I have the following reasons.
Okay.
It is during his time that Nigeria qualified the first ever to the World Cup in 94.
Wow, the network is breaking. Please.
They won and the second AFCON for Nigeria.
Okay.
And so far it is the team that has been that during their playing days, Nigeria has ever been rated highest at any given
by
time.
By FIFA, yes.
By FIFA, yes.
We were number 5 in the whole world.
So to me, Stephen Keshi is the greatest defender of all time.
Okay.
Moreover, he led the regime of players going to Europe en masse. He is the one that led them.
Yeah, you're
to
correct.
Go to Europe.
Yes.
So that is my own pick.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You people are doing a great job.
All
right, thank
you. Just note my own comment.
Yeah.
All right.
I have followed Stephen Keshi yet I didn't watch him play.
All right, thank you so much.
But I'm not Stephen Keshi. I'm talking of Christian Chuku. I followed him.
All right.
Because they won the first AFCON for Nigeria.
Yes.
That means he too was very great in his era.
Yes. All right.
So these are just the things.
Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, if I want to go back to defenders, you look at Taribo West, the pastor. We call him the pastor, Taribo West. Yes, he play. You go back and then you look at he played with the Ronaldo and all these big players and still won the man of the match.
Yes, he played in Inter Milan.
Yes,
he was playing with Inter Milan.
And then
at that time the Ronaldo de Lima was there.
Yes.
Let's pick this call. Hello.
Hello, evening. Kenneth calling back once again.
All right, Kenneth. Okay, let's hear what you forgot.
Yes, just like one of the callers said, I think I will also have to support his motion that yes, as a presenter, you really have.
Please, we are over with that. Oh, if you have another contribution, you can contribute.
Stephen Keshi was not just a player, but also a leader who also led on the field of play and off the field of play. I think nobody takes it over Stephen Keshi.
All right, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yes, like most of the most of the callers are saying, Stephen Keshi was actually one of the best. He was a captain of the team.
Yes.
Like I said, also he captained the team. Even as a captain, he would talk to the team as if he was a coach. So you cannot take it away from Stephen Keshi. But there are other players that I feel that people should have said something about. Players like Celestin Babaya.
And in fact,
and players like Obina Nwaneri, those are good players, good defenders that played for the Super Eagles. But I think our time is far spent. Maybe if we take one or two calls, then we'll just end the show.
Yes,
do you have anything to say?
Yes, I want to tell the listeners to also remember the other players. Just watching from what I said, the Taiwo, who came from the domestic league, is a first ever player that came from the grassroots club and then go straight to the Europe and then book place. He played in Marseille and then moved to Italian and then he still booked a very good place for himself. So Stephen Keshi is a very big player, as they are saying, and then the terrible West, Yobo, a player who went out for terrible countries and then he booked places. He played well. We're talking about Sudan, these terrible countries that even. Yes, in fact, the only player that played 100%. He played consistently without missing a match.
One thing I loved about Yobo was Yobo was consistent when it comes to his football, both for the Nigerian national team and for his country. Side. I think he is one of the players in Europe as at that time. I think the 2000 and I've forgotten that season. That season where he played 2006-2007 season. He played that season without missing a single match.
Yes.
He played that season without missing a single match. So Yobo has been one of, and when you look at him in the national team, although some people, as at that time when we were watching him, some people were calling him Calamity Yobo. But no, you can't take it away from Yobo. Yes. I think this is where we'll call it a day. You can keep a date with us for another exciting edition tomorrow on SPEEDy Sports right here on 98.5 Speed FM. My name is Kuji Benjamin and I am here with
Mike Sesotewase.
And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.